Imagine breathing the air of a city, stepping out of your house only to feel your lungs tighten because of the very air around you. Imagine children, elders, and workers facing invisible threats every day from what lies unseen in the wind. Today, climate change is not just about rising temperatures and melting ice. It's about the air we breathe, the water we drink, the land we touch, and consequently, it's about our health.
The One Health approach teaches us that human health cannot be viewed as a singular concept. Human health, animal health, and the environment are all deeply interconnected. When pollution, climate change, or habitat loss damage ecosystems, animals, plants, and people are harmed too. By combining expertise from medicine, veterinary science, ecology, and environmental science, One Health focuses on protecting all these linked systems together instead of separately.
As climate change accelerates, it brings a widening range of threats to human health. Heat waves, wildfire, shifting patterns of insect-carried diseases, such as ticks and mosquitoes, changes in crop production, increased air and water pollution. Under the One Health framework, these changes do not only affect humans directly, they also affect animals, ecosystem, and the balance of nature. For example, rising temperatures can expand mosquito habitats, leading to more animal and human disease transmission. In Germany, the massive flood in 2021 allowed the mosquito population to grow to up to 10 times its usual size. This surge in the mosquito population heightens the risk of mosquito-borne diseases, including dengue, which affects close to 400 million people annually. On the other hand, the air pollution from wildfires, which are happening more often as temperatures rise, and from burning fossil fuels in cars and home heating, harms animal habitat and human lung health at the same time.
These health and environmental impacts do not occur in isolation. They have broader social effects. According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, climate change and extreme weather are forcing people to move, often leading to job loss, increased poverty, and overcrowded settlements with limited access to basic services. In fact, in Bangladesh, one of the world's most climate-vulnerable countries, an estimated 4.1 million people were displaced by climate-related disasters between 2008 and 2014. These forced migrations also become a public health concern. Living in unsafe conditions increases the risks of infectious diseases, malnutrition, poor mental health, and lack of clean water. Similar patterns appear elsewhere. Mozambique and Zimbabwe faced major floods and cyclones between 2014 and 2019, displacing tens of thousands and causing hundreds of deaths. Cyclone Idai in Mozambique killed around 600 people and forced over 400,000 into temporary camps, while Tokwe Mukosi floods in Zimbabwe displaced 20,000, destroying homes, crops, and livestock. Many survivors were left in precarious conditions with limited food, water, and sanitation. All of this shows that climate change is not merely an environmental or meteorological issue. It's a social and public health crisis deeply connected to the way people live, how communities are organized, and how societies respond to stress and disaster.
This broader public health dimension becomes even clearer when we consider the role of air quality. Air pollution is not only intensified by climate change, but is itself one of the most harmful consequences of our current environmental trajectory. In fact, one of the most alarming findings comes from the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Outdoor air pollution, including emissions from industry, transport, heating, agriculture, and wildfires, is now officially classified as a Group 1 carcinogen, meaning it is known to cause cancer in humans. In October 2013, IARC concluded that both outdoor air pollution and the particulate matter it contains have sufficient evidence to be considered carcinogenic to humans. This evaluation was based on the large-scale studies across Asia, Europe, and North America, all consistently showing increased lung cancer risk among population exposed to polluted air. As this diagram from our World in Data shows, air pollution, both indoors and outdoors, is the second leading cause of deaths worldwide, responsible for more than 8 million deaths each year. Importantly, IARC emphasized that this conclusion applies globally, not only in heavily polluted cities, since air mass travel all around the world, meaning that outdoor air in all regions carries some degree of cancer risk.
Taken together, these realities show how environmental damage quickly turns into human harm. When the air we breathe becomes carcinogenic, when climate change destabilizes ecosystems, and when animal and habitat deteriorates, human health pays the price. These are not distant future scenarios. They are realities already unfolding around us. The One Health framework offers a way to understand how tackling environmental damage, animal health, and human health together leads to more effective and lasting solutions. For example, reducing fossil fuel emissions helps clean the air, mitigates climate change, and protects ecosystems. Policymakers, health professionals, veterinarians, ecologists, and local communities all have a role to play. In short, to protect human health in the era of climate change, we must protect the environment for ourselves, for animals, for future generations.
As part of the One Health program, I participated in a practical activity designed to illustrate the link between agriculture, climate protection, and human health. In this part of the project, I planted several olive trees alongside a diversity of native flowers and plants. These plants are perfectly adapted to Palestine's climate, require little water, tolerate seasonal change, and absorb significant amount of carbon dioxide. The native flowers and plants were chosen for their ability to attract pollinators and naturally support local biodiversity.
Plants may seem like something small around us, but their impact is huge. A plant cleans the air we breathe and absorbs carbon dioxide, which contributes to climate change. Every small plant we grow helps reduce pollution and improves our quality of life. Planting isn't just about beauty or nature. It's a way to protect our health and the environment. Places with more greenery have lower temperatures, cleaner air, and even less stress for people. We might think that one plant doesn't make a difference, but the truth is that every small step adds up to create a big chance. When we plant and encourage others to plant, we take responsibility for protecting our planet. That's why planting isn't just a hobby, it's a part of climate justice. Each one of us can start with something simple like planting a single plant and be a part of the solution, not the problem.
I've just seen examples of individuals making a difference, planting trees in their neighborhood, warning people about climate change, but systemic change needs scale. So here is what you can do. Educate yourself and your community about the links between environment, animals, and human health. Make responsible choice, favor low carbon transport, minimize waste, support green and clean technologies. Use your voice as local policy markers to adopt One Health aligned policies, demand clean air standards, climate resilience in health system, support organizations working at the intersection of climate, environment, and health. Remember, change starts at the individual level, but must ripple outward, breathing easier tomorrow, being with acting today.
Now that we've explored the main ideas, let's hear what community members think about these environmental issues. Do you usually think about the quality of the air you breathe?
Yes, I usually think about it when the air around me is really polluted.
I would say no, realistically speaking, no. I do know that the air is probably not the best one on the city that I currently live, but I would not say that it's something that is on my mind on a daily basis, no.
I don't usually think about the quality of the air I breathe. because I live in a small town where the air is not polluted.
Have you ever felt that pollution or extreme weather affected your health and daily life?
Yes, absolutely. Like when there's extreme heat, I usually feel more tired, more out of breath almost.
I would say yes, especially with the heat. Again, on the city that I live, normally the temperatures reach, let's say, 35 to sometimes 40 degrees, and you do feel like it is a bit too much for your body, and for your breathing, for whatever, it is just a bit too much, and for sure that's the consequences of us humans and how we are currently treating the world that we live in.
Yes, of course. I think pollution really affects our daily life and our health. If there is too much pollution, we will be ill. It can cause several diseases, and extreme weather is the same. If it's too hot or if it's too cold, it will affect our daily life, our daily routine, for sure.
Do you believe small individual actions like planting trees, for example, can make a difference?
I guess so. I usually try to do small actions like avoid waste and use less plastic in my daily basis.
Yes, I do think like planting trees would definitely make a difference, and I think we see nowadays companies, organizations making an emphasis on for every percentage of profits that they make, they do plant trees, and I do think it helps us because, I mean, we're always destroying trees to be able to produce certain materials, certain products. So if we kind of counteract that with planting them, at least it helps getting some small percentage of the balance that we're destroying, I guess.
Yes, I think small actions can make a huge difference. Everyone should care about the environment, everyone should protect our planet. So every small step is important and it can make a difference. Personally, I try to buy local food, locally produced food or seasoned food. Sometimes I'll walk instead of going by car. I try to save water or energy. I recycle. I recycle paper, glass, plastic. So every single action matters.
Have you ever thought about how damage to nature or loss of animals affects human health?
Yes, I guess it's all connected. Like when nature is damaged, we all suffer from consequences.
I didn't think that, but it does make sense that it would be something that happens. But yeah, no, I've never thought about that. No.
Yes, I think we are all connected. So if there is too much pollution, it will have a huge impact on our health, on our daily life. I think everything is connected. So,
do you feel better when you're in contact with nature or green spaces?
Yes, absolutely. I feel a lot calmer and less stressed.
100%. I've heard about practices where people, I don't know if it's called, is it called connecting with nature, like barefoot in grass and so on. I've never tried it, but I do believe in those sort of practices, and I do feel like, as I'm currently living in a city, when I get out of it and when I'm slightly more close to nature or to some sort of place that is connected with nature, it gives me peace, gives me inner peace, less stressful.
yes, nature helps us to relax, to feel calmer, to be more grounded. I think if you want to slow down, or if you feel anxious or depressed or sad, nature can really help. It can be a good medicine.
What message would you leave to future generations about taking care of the environment?
Take really good care of what you already have, and a small action today can make a huge difference tomorrow.
To take care of the environment, well, at least if you don't help making it a better environment, from planting trees to actually be involved in initiatives that contribute to help the sea, to help the land, to not destroy, to, I don't know, some sort of these initiatives. If you're not involved in that, the least you can do is at least not make it worse. And with that involves, I guess, typical stuff that maybe not most of us do, which is not flying as much. Obviously, dividing well the trash, not leaving trash on outside of your place. Not using too much the car, maybe riding the bicycle instead. These sort of actions, I think they're really important, even if you do not actually contribute specifically to planting trees and to other initiatives.
I think, well, there is no planet B. So if you want to keep on living, if you want to preserve our planet, you really need to do something. Every single one, every single person should do something in order to protect the planet, in order to protect and to preserve human life.
This project has shown that human, animal, and environmental health are deeply connected. By planting trees, reflecting on our actions, and listening to the community, we have seen that even small local efforts can make a difference. Protecting air quality and caring for the environment is not just the responsibility of governments or large organizations. It starts with each of us. Every action counts, and together, we can create a healthier planet for all.